You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. A young lady writes, we got a lot of black brothers and sisters emailing old Asshole Consulting here, which we always welcome because your money is green. All right, young lady writes, hi Asshole, I'm a 24-year-old black female living in New York City. I've been working in real estate finance, specifically multifamily housing and commercial real estate finance. That's great. That's where the money is. Since I graduated with a finance degree in 2015, yes, I know. However, I do all right for myself at $80,000 base salary per year with the opportunity for hefty performance bonuses, 20 to 40% of base salary. I had debt of $46,000 when I graduated in 2015. That's why I like it very much. However, I am now debt-free as of this past April with no help from anyone else. God bless you, child. God bless you. That is awesome. That is the fucking bee's knees right there. Since becoming debt-free in April, I've been saving 60% of my take-home pay. I've accumulated $17,000 in savings so far and eventually plan to use this money as a down payment on an apartment bill. Yeah, but in New York, look, make your money in New York, but I would not invest. Look, you just don't invest in leftist shitholes. You don't, look, you gotta view, I'm being serious about this. I've written about it before, but let's talk about New York City. Because this happened to me in Minneapolis. You can't, it's not like you just go and buy property and you own it, right? You have to look at the overlords, the real landlords that you rent the property from, and that is the city or county. Now in the Twin Cities, it's gotten bad. It's gotten really bad in the Twin Cities. But back when, this is going 20 years ago, back when I was like 23, 24 when I bought my first place, the property taxes went from like $700 a month to $3,000. And now I think they're $6,000. I'd have to look up my old property again, but they're $6,000. Now that's $500 a month. I remember paying for a studio apartment in the Twin Cities for $333 a month. Now, I don't know what it's like in New York City, but I can't imagine it's that much better. And now you guys got rent control and all that other shit going on there. I know this isn't your original question, but just to make sure you're doing all right, you don't blast all your money on a property that you're just simply renting from a communist state, and by state I mean the city of New York, but you do have to look at these cities as homeowner associations and the rules that they have. Now, Twin Cities recently, or Minneapolis anyway, you cannot say you don't accept Section 8. Like, you have to take the application, which ironically makes them even more poor because they have to then fill out an application, then they gotta do a background check, and that hurts other poor people. We're not gonna talk about that. They're also in the Twin Cities, now they're realizing that they have to do this thing called water and sewer. They haven't done it in 60 years. Now they're going to assess new property taxes on Minneapolis. I'd be really careful buying property in New York. Now, maybe you know it. Now, maybe, admittedly, you can always charge more. Everything's got a cash flow, I know that. And you're in the business. You're in the industry. You know the market better than me. I'm just saying, a little bit of free asshole consulting advice. I'd really be very cautious of buying into what is a quasi-socialist municipality like New York City. So really be careful with that. Because I mean, do you really own your property there? They're going to give you rent control and say, you got to do this, you can't do this, you got to rent to these, but you can't rent to those people. Because it does sound like you own your property in New York City. You certainly don't fucking own it in the Twin Cities anymore. All right? So that's just a concern, because you're 24. I was your age when I was looking at my first place. Make your money, but maybe not put roots down there, and then go marry some nice guy in Texas, okay? And have a nice spread and a range and a ranch. And you can have Dallas, what was it? Yeah, you got like buffalo, even though there was no buffalo. There's cattle. Anyway, for New York. Down payment apartment building. I share this with you because I can't seem to find out what everyone else is whining about. While I believe we have had much better economic conditions, opportunities still exist in this economy. I was never the smartest student in class, B student, however, that didn't stop me from getting here. Seriously, what's all the fuss about? All right. you are right. This is the difference between those that make it and those that don't. And that is like, yeah, I'm going to put forth the effort. I'm going to go and find opportunity, no matter where it is. And it's a galvanizing process. It's a forging process. You will become. I mean, already, I would love to have a cocktail with you. That would. I'd be very curious to talk to you because you paid off your student loans. But success is available unless you're in a total communist country. And even then, you could be a smuggler or something or run drugs. There's always opportunity for those who got hustle. And I don't know if you ever pay attention to Glendon Cameron. You would love his channel, by the way, Kung Fu Hustler. Look him up. Glendon Cameron, brilliant guy. Opportunity is for those people who are there to go and seek it out. Right? It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. But that's what you're recognizing. Now, in the olden days, yes, in the 40s through the 60s, you take the average economic GDP growth, we're growing at 4.25%. Now we're down to about 2.2, 2.1 Z's, which is barely, it's 2% more than inflation. But yeah, but you also, you're 24, and not to bring race into it, but we have to because this is a factor. You must have gotten the brainwashing. You're a millennial and you're a minority. You must have gotten the brainwashing about how you're oppressed and it's the evil people and the corporations and the people with privilege and all that other bullshit. You didn't succumb to it. You didn't. You decided, I'm going to have a better life. I'm going to hustle and bust my ass off. And now look at this. I'm actually quite proud. You're kicking ass in New York City. You got what's it. You're a success. You should be championed. But you saw it. And what the fuss is all about, it's sadly that most people succumb to brainwashing. I guarantee you go run your IQ, read Curse of the High IQ. You're no dummy. You got to be in the 120, 130 range, easy, I'd estimate. But most people succumb to what they're told. They don't think independently. They don't act independently. They believe whatever it was fed. And this is something that I always had a problem with when I was younger. I didn't understand how my peers, how my fellow students were buddies with the teachers, how they liked their teachers. I'm like, don't you realize these people are evil? Don't you realize that they're brainwashing you? Don't you? And I thought that it was obvious to me what the teachers were trying to do, but that's where I had to go through that epiphany and realize, holy shit, I'm really smart, and most people are not that way. And so what I almost could guarantee you're running into is you're asking, what is all the fuss about? You're misinterpreting the real problem. The real problem, guarantee you, take an IQ test. You're probably way smarter than the average bear. And even if you're not, this would almost transcend intelligence. You got hustle. You're at a different perspective. You were independent-minded. You didn't, I got this color skin, I got a vagina, and it's the evil people that are oppressing me, and everyone with privilege, and the OWS, and the 1%. You didn't let that phase. You're like, I got some hustle, I want to go out. Well, that puts you in a very rare league on your own. Well, whether you got a high IQ or not, you're just a hustler. You got the shit, you got the move, you got the hustle. And that is not normal. That's not common. You're not a normie. You're not a conformity. You are a very unique individual. And, what is the fuss all about? Well, the answer is I don't know what the fuss is all about. The fuss is all about indoctrination and bullshit and lies. And if you really think about it, a sad condemnation, a damning of people to a life of mediocrity or poverty or commonness, that's what the fuss is all about. They swallow it whole. They subscribe to the indoctrination and the lies and the propaganda. You did it, and what the fuss is all about is you're not swallowing whole the fuss. You see it, and you got to realize this is like when I talk about climbing mountains. When you climb mountains, you don't realize. You think, you got a mountain in front of you. Like, okay, I'm gonna maybe go up that way, hit the spine. It's not till you get to a higher peak, or at least a foothill, or the mountain itself, that peak you say, I could have gone that way. That would have been a lot easier. A matter of fact, I'm going to go down that way. Oh, look, there's another peak over there. That's what independent thought, being a young 24-year-old black female in New York who's got some hustle. you got this perspective nobody else does. They're all in the valleys. There's fog, there's rain. They don't see it. You got this vantage point because you climbed to the peak. You hustled. You paid off your fucking debt. You had 46 grand in 2015. Dude, that's 23 grand. That's awesome. That's awesome. But that journey, that perseverance, the toil, the work, the hardship galvanized you and put your brain into a perspective that you see things other people don't. And it may be as clear as day to you. It's like, what's the fuck? When do we get rid of it? They don't see it because they never want to get out of the valley. They didn't want to have the hustle. They didn't bust their ass off like you did. And that's the unfortunate problem. So yes, answering the question literally, yes, economic growth is about 60% the rate it used to be. So it's not quite the economic opportunities as it used to be. Underemployment is a huge thing. I know the unemployment rate is very low. It's actually below the natural rate of employment. I was kind of hoping that would entice people to come back to the workforce, but it hasn't. Labor force participation rate is down. Not everybody is doing as much as they thought they would. Certainly you majored in finance, maybe you're thinking you'd be doing something else. But that economic growth, even though there's still an opportunity for people that seek it out, especially with entrepreneurship and hustle. I think you got a little bit of salesmanship in you there as well. But most people are not you. And I'm not trying to kiss your ass. I'm not. I'm singing your praises because you damn well deserve it. You done good, kid. You did real good. But why are people complaining? Well, let's just say they're the same ones that get upset because Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers now didn't throw the ball good. They're the ones who are like, oh man, it's this or that. It's anything but their own damn fault. They're the ones who line up and try and get a deal on Black Friday on the shop. They're the ones that line up and pay $1,000 for an iPhone X. And if you could figure them out, good luck to you. But that explains what the fuss is. Their fuss is like they're fussing about reality. They're fussing about their own incompetence and ineptitude. And that's why they're complaining, because it's easier to complain than go out and kick a little bit of ass like you did. And so you are in this, again, I'm not kissing your ass, you're in an elite club of people who paid off their student loans, and you're working and you're supporting yourself. You're going to be a real estate investor. My concerns about New York real estate aside. But you're trying to compare yourself to normies. Normies and conformies, man, and you're never going to figure them out. You're just not. Because I don't know why they get upset because somebody threw a ball to the other guy and caught it with the pink glove because they're helping out the Suman G. Komen Foundation. I don't get it either. And I don't think there is any solution except that it's just easier to complain than it is to kick ass. So, anyway, hope that answered your question. God bless you, sweetheart. You have no idea what a nice, it's all bad news, and then I see something like this. You know what? I think I'll print this off. This will go into the box of mementos. Let me copy and paste this here. I don't get a lot of good news, and this is a good news. Bear with me. I'm printing it off. Microsoft Word would ever load up. But do 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 ba ba da da ba. Da 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 ba ba da da ya da 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 da. I really must go. No, you baby, you can't go. I think we should kiss some more. Ya ba 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 do do do. All right, that's printing. So, all right, thank you, love. I think you made mine, everybody else's day, but that's why. And by the way, if you're looking for good black men to date, cigar lounges. Just give you a little bit advice there. Cigar lounges. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.